Hi, welcome to my review of Jon Favreau's Chef from 2014. So yes, we are back once again, this time around, a very different film here. One that I did see a few days ago now for the first time, and I just thought, after seeing this one, I really wanted to give this a review and talk about it here on the channel today. So yes, there will be a spoiler warning for this discussion. If you haven't seen this film, I highly recommend seeing this one first, and then come back to this video, and we can go from there. We can talk about this film in the comments if you want, and we can talk about your experience with this and what you feel about this film personally. So yes, with all that said, let's discuss my thoughts on this film and what a film it is. This one, I saw a few days ago, and I just had to review this one. And I didn't know too much about this going in. I think I'd heard a few things about this one, but I like to go into films unaware generally, so I didn't really know too much about the plot. Obviously, Jon Favreau plays Carl Casper, and he's his head chef in LA, of course. And that's all I kind of had read about the film, really, and just looked away at different other parts, parts of the plot and stuff to kind of just leave it for me to kind of, see firsthand when I see the film. And I knew some of the cast as well, of course. And, I just went into this film. I do love cooking, of course, and I love films about cooking, and I didn't really know what this film would be like. And I do obviously love Jon Favreau though, so I was definitely hyped. I love his acting, of course, in different films, and also the MCU, of course. And I love his writing. For example, with Swingers, just a great script there, and he acted, of course, in that film in '96, and just different films that he's directed. Elf, Iron Man as well, and Iron Man 2, but especially Elf and Iron Man, I absolutely love. And so I was definitely very hyped to see this, and he is, of course, the lead role in this film as Carl Casper, and he's his head chef in LA, of course, and someone who, as we go throughout the film, kind of just rediscovers his passion, really, and he is sick of just obviously cooking the same menu and not really getting his own stamp on things, even though he is the head chef and is very respected by, for example, his team and stuff, and different members. I think the main, culprit being Dustin Hoffman, who does not respect him. Of course, the owner of the restaurant, and the food critic as well that comes into the film. And I think when that started off, where of course it's getting criticised, and we have the kind of preparation for the kind of return of the critic to the restaurant. That was a real tense kind of sequence there, and I thought, where would the film go after this? And certainly a very surprising film, one that makes sense, fully. But it's definitely a film that, as we go through the acts, I was just kind of blown away and surprised at the same time, and just with the film, following along, and never really at all getting, kind of knocked back and kind of out of the film at all. The flow was just great to this film, and I think just the narrative, I was just behind the whole time, and rooting for this character of Carl Casper, and of course Percy as well. The son, I thought was just great in this film, and this father-son dynamic throughout was just so moving. And by the end of this film, I was inspired. I was uplifted. I'd laughed, of course, especially at first. In the first half, it is a bit more of a comedy, and then it becomes more of a a road trip film at times, more of a coming of age film. All kinds of things in this, and of course, especially Carl, rediscovering his passion, and rediscovering his family as well along the way. So it kind of all fits together in this narrative. And I just think the writing to this film from Jon Favreau was absolutely stunning. It's just so authentic, sincere, and just pure. Very much a simple narrative at times, and it's one that's so truly felt though. So much passion put into this, because it is really the main theme. Is passion, and it's kind of exploring this a very unique way, a very simple, kind of easy to understand way though, and I love that element to it. It's got a lot going on, loads of themes that are so intricately done, interwoven, and it's certainly, even though it's a straightforward narrative in some ways, it's cannot be stressed enough. How just organic this is, and the way things are set up in the first act, and all the different characters like Martin as well, John Leguizamo, who is great in this film. This is probably my favourite performance from this actor, just absolutely amazing in this as Martin. And I think the way he's set up, and then he does join at one point in the film Carl Casper, of course, for their food truck business, and this is just great, because he is cooking alongside him, first, and he's not exactly happy either, and it's just great, to see him join up, and we've got this kind of trio of characters mainly, with obviously Martin, Carl, and Percy, the son. It's just Emjay as well, Anthony playing, the son, and he was great in this film, and a great, as I say, father-son dynamic in this, and just this trio as well. It's so warm, this film, so charming, and I just loved the relationships, in this film, the kind of chemistry between Jon Favreau and of course Emjay Anthony and John Leguizamo as well. Just all together, in the truck and stuff on the road. It was so funny and just so uplifting, as I say. And I think another thing I love as well is Inez. Of course, Sofía Vergara. She plays Inez, and she's this ex-wife of course, Carl. And again, introduced in the first act, and just the way that all these characters, kind of organically, put into the film as we go throughout. Bobby Cannavale as well in this film, he was great, and mainly appearing in the first act of the film, and just so funny, and again, just great characters here. It's really just the way this is set up. It's just great, and even though it's very different to the rest of the film in the first act, I think it just fits so perfectly, and it just makes so much sense, and we have this kind of massive kind of narrative here, this journey, especially with Jon Favreau and the son as well, so it's just a film that by the end of it, I was moved, I was uplifted, I'd laughed quite a bit, I'd been inspired by this film, and really was such just an investing film. I could follow this for way longer, it was 2 hours, and it could have been many more, and I just would have sat down, watched this film. The passion for food in this one as well. It's interesting because we have the character of Carl kind of rediscovering his passion for food in general, but it's through Cuban food as well. He kind of regains his passion, and just kind of serving to people that are really happy with the food as well. In this food truck, and I love the way it's just very patient, where we have them cleaning out this old food truck, getting it back together, renovating this, and all the kind of pieces here. It's not rushed at all. We really get to kind of get in the mind as well of these characters, and it's just what a film this is. It's flawed by the end of it, and the attention to detail, throughout this film, and just the way in which Jon Favreau kind of lingers on details, and just this exploration of passion, and all the great food. Just wow, the food in this film looked amazing, and it was one of those where I was just loving every moment really of this, and wow, what a film this is. Even as well, I love. I must say, the food critic Ramsay, and I think the way it started off, there was definitely humanity there, in this character, and but again, I was surprised by the ending, but it made sense as well, so it's kind of Ramsay, this critic, the way we have this kind of feuding in a sense, but obviously Jon Favreau, his character of Carl loses it, and it goes too far, to this critic, but just the way, and then it kind of incorporates, social media as well. It was done in a way that wasn't annoying, and it's really it made sense with the narrative, and it kind of it definitely created this drive as well, and things you can get behind for Carl. He lost it, and then it's unfortunately on social media, and then it's just I think the way in the end, Ramsay actually becomes a business partner of Carl. That was just great. I think what a great outcome. Even all the stuff with that. It's just a feel good ending, and it did make sense as well. It wasn't just for the sake of it. As I say, this film's so sincere and organic, and it just is true to life. And I think the humanity and really all of the characters here, and I just think it's such a balanced film, and just a human, complex film, but also, as I say, very simple and pure, stripped down to the essence, of this. And I think just the way in which all of this is done, hats off to Jon Favreau, and all the performances as well, because they really do, they seem very, very natural, and just human as well. All the cast really here, and I think as well, the wife, the ex-wife Inez, how we don't have this kind of typical trope. It's in quite a lot of films, particularly modern films, where an ex-wife, or partner is kind of really in a very bad relationship, and quite unreasonable and stuff with our character. And I think the nice thing about this was actually that she wasn't, and they did in the end team up, and also they got back together, and in the end they got married again. So this is just a great, kind of feel-good film, and it's just really great to see that element as well. How it wasn't, kind of this typical thing where there's all this feuding and just unpleasant stuff to watch. There's always in so many different films, that I see. It's great because it kind of links into the whole kind of rediscovery for his passion, and because his passion for life, his zest for life, and I think Inez as well, part of the family, so his passion for family, rediscovering them, and his love for them, and focusing on them as well as his cooking and stuff. So it's kind of a film that is really so uplifting in so many ways, and the fact that they do remarry in the end, 6 months obviously after what we saw before that. Once the business partners kind of form with obviously Ramsey and Carl as well. So I think when it's really nice that it kind of all links together. We have the opening of the restaurant, at that point, and the marriage, the remarriage, of course, in the same scene, and as well the son Percy. They're all together here, and it's just such a feel-good ending, but it doesn't feel at all, kind of insincere. It's really so earned, this, and it just makes perfect sense, really. And I just love, this final scene here. It's just one of my, favourite endings I've seen, in a modern film, really. And it's just what a film this is. I absolutely loved it. From start to finish. This was just a film really that I just was so invested in, moved by, of course. It was humorous as well. Robert Downey Jr. Great little, kind of show up there, and really funny stuff. In that kind of main sequence that he's in, and I just loved really the entire cast, and just all the comedy, and as I say, the way this becomes this kind of road trip film, and I think a film that is very surprising as we go, and then in the end it makes perfect sense, everything that's happened, even though it is quite unexpected at times, really. And what can I say? I can't praise this film more. The way the food was shown in this, all the kind of the passion for this, and just the great kind of friendships along the way as well. And Martin and Carl, John Leguizamo, was just so great in this film, and I love the chemistry between him and Jon Favreau, and just all of the cast here, really. Really it's so great, and just it's such a kind of as I say, inspiring film, and a feel good one that it's just wow. It was a real pleasure to watch. So overall, I absolutely love this film. Really, as I say, from start to finish, I was so invested in this, and in the end, so moved. This is one that has instantly kind of become one of my kind of favourite films in a way of of this year, and I think it's just such a feel good one. One that I do think all things considered, I would have thought at least that it would be talked about a bit more than it is, and certainly one that I guess I respond to more than the general consensus, and I think it's definitely one that I wanted to review today as well, to perhaps just celebrate this film even more than it is currently, and I just think this was so great. Hats off once again to Jon Favreau and everyone involved. And this is just such a great script to this film, and the direction here is just so unique at times, and just great simple cinema here. That's what I love about this one as well, and easy to follow, easy to get instantly invested in. Lovable characters, charming, and something you can really root for, and be inspired by in the end. So yes, overall, as I say, absolutely love this film. And so overall, my rating for this film is a 96%. Absolutely love this one. Very high score for me. Extremely high, and I just had to give it this. I really, as I say, love this from start to finish, really, and just what a film this is. So warm, charming, and quite a magical experience seeing this, and again, unexpected one. Although I thought I'd definitely like the film, really. I thought I'd get behind this, and probably the cast in this and all this, and just Jon Favreau, from his track record, I thought I'd definitely like the film at least, but didn't think I'd love it this much, and it was a really nice surprise, and just as the film went on, I think it got better and better, really, with the different acts, and it's just because I was more and more invested in this, and again, just seeing how inspiring this was. They go through a lot of things in the film, and in the end, it's just a great outcome, of course. The success, the rediscovering the passion, and the feel-good nature of this, and also the family all coming together, really, and the friends as well. Martin, him, his arc in the film, is great, and just absolutely love this film. It's one of my kinds of films, really, and just one that is, definitely has complexities, but more of a feel-good film. One that has humanity and different things that happen in the film, of course, obstacles, but in the end, this being a feel-good, uplifting, inspiring film. These are the ones that I tend to gravitate towards more, and as well, the execution of this was just stunning, and I thought the script was amazing, and just really remarkable characters in this film, and just the flow of this, the use of music as well, and the culture and the food all combined, and just absolutely love this one. Truly, from start to finish, this was just a great film. That's my thoughts. What do you think on this film? What's your personal take on this film? What's your experience with this? And it'd be great to discuss this film in the comments, and share your experiences, and just talk about this film, and just be really cool to hear your thoughts on this, and see what you think on this one. And there'll be more content, of course, coming on the channel very soon. And this was one that I just really, wanted to get in there as well, and just talk about and celebrate really today, because I absolutely love this. For a first-time watch as well. It's just what an experience this was. As I say, it'd be really great to discuss this film in the comments. As always, take care and thanks for watching.